Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. For those of you just joining us, my name is Alfred, and this is Capital City Aquatics. And today I'm going to be doing a quick update, 1 month basically since my blue Moscow fry have been born. So we're going to do a follow-up on them, and we're also going to be taking a look at how my cherry red shrimp population is doing. If you remember, when I first started, I had 10 cherry red shrimp, so we're going to take a look to see how those are doing, as well as I've added some red ram's horn snails into one of my tanks. So this is going to be an update video on how everything is doing. If you haven't already done so, I would please ask that you subscribe to my channel. I certainly count on your support. Hit the like button and the notification button so that when I come out with my weekly videos that you're notified of that, and you can follow along with the progress of all my tanks. So we're going to start with the 10 gallon I have here, and this is the tank that my blue Moscow female gave birth in. So that was 1 month ago, or around about 1 month ago today that happened, and there was in the neighborhood of 15 to 20 fry, so it wasn't a very large drop, but definitely manageable. And we'll take a look and see how those fry are doing. I have moved some of them up to my 20 gallon tank. As they started to grow, I wanted to give them more space, so I separated them a little bit. They were at the time too young to separate males and females, so I just took a group of them and put them in my 20, and they've been growing out up in the 20 gallon, so we'll take a look at those too. So the first thing you'll notice is, as I mentioned, for my cherry red shrimp, I started in this tank with 10, and as you can tell just by a quick observation, I have substantially more than 10 at this point. You can see here I've just recently given them some food in their feeding dish, so they're all hanging out in this area. They certainly know when feeding time comes, and I put my Hikari shrimp cuisine in the tank for them, and they've been eating that as well as the snowflake food and whatnot, so they're definitely doing well. Just get a closer look at some of them. And there I have, you can see some younger babies in the back, and then I have some of my more mature females. This one probably going to be molting in a couple of days, and the guppies seem to be picking some food out of the substrate that I have as well. But we'll just take a look here. So as you can see, there's males and females mixed all in together, but the males haven't reached sexual maturity yet, so I'm not worried about breeding at this point. Generally speaking, for guppies, they would reach sexual maturity at about 3 months. So at that point, I would clearly want to separate the males and the females. There is a bit of a risk in doing that, having a male-only tank. There is obviously the opportunity for the males to develop a hierarchy, so you always run the risk of bullying in the tank. There are preventative steps that you can take to try and mitigate that as much as possible, breaking up line of sight, providing hiding spaces and whatnot. Some of them are definitely more effective than others. But yeah, you can clearly see 1 month old blue Moscow fry. They've got quite a nice size on them for being only 1 month old. And there you can see a couple of them swimming there. There we go. There's a beautiful look at some of the males and females just swimming around. And over here, again, we have just more of my shrimp population. You know, it's gotten to the point where in this tank, with all of the hiding spots that the vegetation is providing, I couldn't even begin to estimate how many of the shrimp I have. They're pretty much everywhere in the tank. You can see them there. They're on my rocks. They're in the plants and various sizes and different generations of them. But again, they seem to be doing very well. There's just, again, some guppies doing their thing, swimming around, looking for food, no doubt, and just staying out of the way, basically, of the shrimps. They're predominantly in the bottom of the tank, so the two of them to be kept in the same tank, there is no real issue with that. And then, as you can tell, most of my vegetation in the tank is a nice lush green. So there's been quite a bit of growth with my Java moss. And again, that's a good thing. I mean, that provides hiding space for the shrimplets, provides opportunity for beneficial bacteria to grow, and the shrimps and the guppies will nibble on that. And then over here we have my Java ferns. Those are taking off and doing quite well as well. And then my dwarf sage has started to pull off new shoots, and I have new plants, as you can tell here, that have come off from the main parent plant. And we're going to take a look just quickly at my second tank that I have my fry in. It's my 20-gallon. Again, here, we just have some of the fry swimming around, doing their thing. Again, they're all getting roughly the same diet. And there we go, just to give you a look. Again, these 1 month old fry. And then I have my plant life as well, doing very well. Then I have my ram's horn snails. I have one here, nice coloration on my snails, and then I have, again, some bigger ones up here, over there. So I have my snail population is doing well. That's something I'll be taking a look at perhaps over the next couple of weeks, offloading some of those. And there we go. I have three of my guppies in one shot. These all look like females, but that's good size on them for being 1 month old, and they're doing quite well. They're quite healthy in this tank. And then when it comes to what I started feeding my guppy fry when they were born, I started with the North Fin fry starter. I've been using this for a very long time. I've had very good results with it. And again, because the fries when they're born are so small, this is definitely something that that they can eat no problem. It's a very fine powder. However, because it is a fry starter, I fed this to them probably for about 2 to 3 weeks. And then I transferred over to a granular food. It's the Cobalt Aquatics. And the reason I like this food quite a bit is the protein content. So I'll show you here on the back. I don't know if you can see that there. So the crude protein content is 55%, which is very good. And then you have the fat at about 15%, which is again for new fry, that's exactly where you want it to be. You definitely want your crude protein to be very high. I'm also throwing in from time to time some freeze-dried bloodworms. I have the bug bites, which I give them as well. And then for flake food, I'm using the Nutrifin Max flake food. So I like to mix it up. I provide them with all of these foods. And then for frozen food, I have the San Francisco Bay frozen brine shrimp. Again, a very good food as far as frozen food goes. And if you look on the back here, again, crude protein is 4%, the fat is 0.5, moisture is high, but that's to be expected with frozen food. Again, I give them this as a treat from time to time, and they do seem to like it. It's obviously not as good as the live baby brine shrimp, but I'm not set up for that yet, but that will be coming shortly. Alright, so there you have it, folks. Just a quick update on how my 1-month-old blue Moscow guppies are doing. Again, you know, it was a small hatch of fry that were born 1 month ago, but that is to be expected from time to time. All of the fry do seem to be doing well. There were in the beginning a few losses. The fries didn't make it, but again, that's to be expected with any batch of fry that you have. Not 100% success rate regardless, but I've been doing my water changes, monitoring the conditions of the tank, and for the most part, again, a very good success rate with the fry that I have. And they do seem to be putting on some decent size this early on. Hopefully that will continue. With the food that I'm feeding them at this point, I don't see why that wouldn't. The tanks aren't overcrowded. So again, that leads to a good success rate. That's all for now, folks. Again, like and subscribe to the channel. Leave comments below. Always look forward to that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.